Hey everyone, TAC1421 here once again with part 2 of the 3 parts of my Stomper trilogy, and this is pretty much the kind of the boring kind of gameplay of this trilogy. The first and second, or the first and third episodes are going to be the most exciting as gameplay goes, but this gameplay I'm actually going to be talking about 3 topics that are pretty important that I've gotten a lot of requests for. What are my top 5 classes most fun to use, top 5 classes I use to win, and my least 5 favorite classes. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to talk about in this gameplay. But really quick, gameplay wise, there is a very, very important kind of clip up ahead in a second here that kind of turned the game around for me. And look at this, a pile of loot, random loot, and there is a diamond sword in the loot, which is just insane. That has never happened to me. I just randomly just find a diamond sword while walking through the forest. So that's pretty cool. I was trying to hunt down people, but I ended up finding a dead loot and I picked up the sword, so that's fantastic. But anyways, in this gameplay, as I said, I'm going to be talking about the most fun classes and then the classes I use to win, and then my least favorite classes. And these are my opinions personally. These are what I use to win and what I think are the most fun in my opinion when I'm trying to have fun, when I'm trying to win. And it actually turns out that some of the classes kind of go hand in hand. So hopefully this helps you guys in your decision making on like what classes you want to pick up. You know, what classes if you want to win, what if you want to have fun. It might not necessarily be the most team support oriented classes, but this is what I use like by myself and just when I'm trying to win in general, as I said. So let's get right to it. First off, I'm going to say what classes are the most fun for me to use personally. So I'm going to go from 5 to 1. So this is number 1 being my most fun class to use, number 5 being my 5th most fun class to use, if I said that correctly. So first off, I have Urgle as number 5, and I'm going to explain why very, very briefly. Urgle is fun at the very beginning of the game just to kind of splash the potion down and try to get as many kills as you can in that minute and 7 seconds that you have that strength bonus. So that is extremely fun to do in my opinion. And also you can use it at the feast, you can use it against 2 people, and it is just that strength boost is so good. So it's fun to get kills obviously. So at number 4 I have Vampire. Vampire is actually a very underrated class. It's very good. You can get a lot of those potions, instant health potions, and also when you kill mobs and people, you get health back. So I feel as if it's very fun to use because you can go around. If you end up getting a Urgle potion at all in the game, you can really destroy a lot of people because those go hand in hand. I know I was going to talk about just individual, but if you have a Stomper team and a Vampire together, it works wonders. So that's definitely one of the best combos in the game in my opinion. At number 3, I have Thor. It's just Thor is fun to use because you can hit people off of their towers, you can set them on fire, you can troll them at the very beginning of the game and destroy their workbenches, and just to see the look on their face when their workbench is destroyed. And even I've gone up to random people and destroyed their furnaces just in random caves and stuff, and when I've had full iron I just destroyed their furnaces of like 24 iron. They're just like, what? And then I just kind of sit up top and look at their reactions and then go back down and kill them. It's really funny, so I really enjoy using that class. At numero dos I have Chameleon, and that class is very fun to use obviously because you can turn into whatever you want and you can really be creative with this class. We've never done it, but you can technically turn into a iron golem, and if you will go into a village, I just think that would be extremely funny if like you and another person turned into an iron golem and people would just be scared to come near you, and I think that would be a very funny thing to do. Another thing you can do is get a whole pen of sheep and just become one of the sheep and then just breed them or do whatever, and then they'd be confused as to what sheep you are and you can just attack them out of nowhere. I think that would be funny. And also I love being the snow golem. I love to just walk around as a snow golem. It doesn't appear on your screen, but it does appear on other people's screens, so that's kind of funny. On to number one, my most favorite class happens to be the class I am using in this gameplay, and that is Stomper. I think Stomper will always be my favorite. It was the first kit that I actually bought, and I actually bought that kit, and I've used it whenever I'm having a tough time getting clips for like a kit review or just a gameplay in general. I tend to go back to that kit just to have fun and cool off and cool down my rage and just go back to the Stomper, and it's a very good kit as well. So I enjoy using it and getting insane clips and challenging myself to do cool things and pillaring up and trying to stomp on as many people as I possibly can. I have gotten a quad before, but I've gotten a lot of triple kills as well. And I just recently had to get rid of my montages because of copyright stuff, but those were fun to make, but unfortunately I had to get rid of those, so I'm sorry. On to the next category, but before I do that, let's get back into the gameplay, just talk about what I've been doing. So far I have some iron, and I made a chest to put some of my stuff that I don't really need as much into the chest, and the strategy I use is just to make the chest and kind of just leave it up there. I don't put important things in. If people want to really pillar up and take pointless things, or not necessarily pointless things, but things you should already have at this point. And if they don't have them at this point, they really, aren't a huge factor to win the game. So that's, pretty much my idea on the situation. So, anyways, next category is the win class, the win category. What are the top 5 things I use to win? Honorable mention, I'm gonna have Poseidon. That would be a sixth if I had a category of sixth. I'm not the best at it. I have won with the kit before, but I don't really use it too much. But it is very good if you use it right, so I'm going to have that at number 6. But anyways, onto this category. Number 5, once again, I have Yurgle. As I said, it's very good as far as splashing those potions down and trying to kill as many people as you can. And I think it's very good if you use it right, if you save it to the feast, if you save it to a time where you really need it and you can get some kills where you may not normally be able to. So then on to number 4, I have Thor, and Thor is just a good class in general. It really helps you out, and it gives you an extra way to kill people, and that's always important. You want to have some kind of other way to kill people other than the traditional like sword or bow or one of those things. So all these kits that give you some extra bonus later on in the game are always very, very useful in my opinion. So on to number 3. This is a very brand new class. This is Berserker. I was using this class yesterday, and it's really something. It's hard to get used to because of the way the movement is. I will have a kit review on it hopefully today, if not on Sunday, so I'll get that out as soon as possible. I have to work on it. I have all the clips for it. It's just a matter of putting them together and doing the Photoshop stuff. Back to the gameplay really quick before I go on to number 2. The feast is about to begin, so I'm just smelting my iron. There are people above me, so I have to be careful of that as well. So you can see me play this a little cautiously and try to pillar up and get into the air where my safe spot is in the air. That's where I feel most comfortable because that's where Stomper takes over, and obviously I take some iron with me. So anyways, back to the countdown. Number 2, I have Vampire, and Vampire is again a very okay, never mind. Vampire is a very good kit. Sorry about that. Because especially if you use it with Yurgle, you can really do wonders with it. But if you use it individually as well, you can stack up on those health potions, as I said, and it could really work wonders. You take on multiple people, especially at the beginning of the game, because you get your health back when you pretty much your health back. You should get most of your health back, if not all of it, when you kill someone. So that's very important. On to number 1. I bet you can guess what number 1 is at this point. It is the kit I am currently using. That is Stomper. And Stomper, as I said, was the kit that I bought first. I've always enjoyed playing with it. So if you guys haven't played with Stomper, I really recommend it. I think it was free last week, maybe. But it's only $2.50, so I think it really makes the game. If you haven't used it before, you really have to watch out for some classes such as Thor, and there are different ways to counteract it by like crouching and stuff. But if there are, I mean, you should get kills with this kit, yeah, especially at the beginning of the game. It's very fun there. On to my least favorite classes, and this is just my least favorite classes to use in general, and as far as game goes. So. Yeah. So I'm gonna go number five. I'm gonna go Hunter. Pretty much nothing else to be said there. You just simply hit mob or you hit pigs and you get two cooked pork. So that's kind of useless. I think there's enough food in this game to the point where you don't need something like that. The classes that are useful as far as team goes, you can always have cultivator. That's a good way to get food, but yeah, it's pretty much my thing on that. At number four, I have Assassin. A lot of people seem to like this kit, but for me, I just don't like it at all. I don't like the concept. It doesn't go well with my play style, so that's that. At number three, I'm gonna have Cultivator. I don't like being the Cultivator. I like when people on my team are Cultivator, obviously, because I get food, but personally, I hate being Cultivator, so that's my stance on that. Number two, I have Hermit. Hermit, I feel as if that's one of the most useless kits. That's just my opinion. And at number one, I have Pyro because I hate using Flint and Steel. But anyways, this commentary is wrapping up. In the next one, you can see I'm going to be at the feast. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you leave it a like if you liked. And I will see everyone later. Peace.